Hey there, and welcome into the TimmyWA and What Have You show, and happy Friday. I'm Timmy, and today we're talking about cars, and my favorite car is my Mustang, and I've got a quick video of it right now. All right, there she is, my 2016 Mustang EcoBoost Premium Performance Package. Just want to swing around here a little bit and give you an idea of what she looks like. The color is deep impact blue. They don't make that color anymore. They make one that's similar, but it's a little darker, a little more on the purple side. Definitely some good angles to look at her at. Let me get a little lower. You kind of take a look at the front end and that profile as well. Just really a lovely car altogether. Love it to death. Thanks for letting me share it with you. Yes, I love my Mustang. 2016 EcoBoost Premium Performance Package. Love the thing. It's so beautiful. So fun to drive. And it's got, it's got such power for being a four-cylinder. And people make fun of me. They do, because it's an automatic and it's a four-cylinder, yada, yada. But you know what? You got to drive one because the thing is amazing. Gets great gas mileage, which is kind of silly to say in a Mustang. But it's awesome. It's just a great combination of power and fun and looks. And it's, you know what? Through and through, it's a Mustang. And that's exactly what matters. And did you see that thing? It's beautiful. That color is just amazing. And it's a bummer because they don't make that color anymore, as I mentioned in the video. And but they got one called Kona Blue, which is really close, and I mentioned that as well. Anyway, welcome into today's video. We've got a lot to talk about. I want to talk about buying and selling and trading cars, and there's a few things I want to cover with that. I also want to bring my son Wyatt in. He's 16 and he's into cars. He likes to tinker and fiddle and repair and work on it. He's learning a ton right now. He's got a 1997 Honda Accord that's just a pile, and he bought it for all of $300, and he wants to fix it up. And we'll talk about that a little more when I bring him in the video. Talk to him for a few minutes. Also get to know him a little better and what he's like. I think you'll be impressed. He's a good kid, and looking forward to that quick conversation with him. But for the most part, yeah, cars. Like, there's a lot to talk about, certainly. And there'll probably be several videos where I'll get into things a little more to detail. But I want to talk today about, and because it's kind of fresh in my mind, like, we went to a Ford dealership here in the area over the weekend, last weekend, and we test drove a Mustang GT, because I think once I've got the blue one there paid off, I think I'll be ready to upgrade and get the full-on GT experience. I test drove a GT they had, a GT Premium, had the GT package, it had the MagneRide suspension, had the adaptive exhaust, it had the neat new digital instrumentation panel, and the thing was fantastic. It was so fast and so fun. The new 10-speed auto is fantastic. See, I have bad knees, and so I don't do well with stick shifts. They're fun, and they're really great, and I know how to drive them pretty well, but as far as like a day-to-day commuter type situation, I couldn't do that. So that's the reality there, and that's, you judge me the way you want to judge me. That's just that's just the way it is. Anyway, so I went to the dealership with my son, and we found a nice ruby red is the color GT with all that nifty stuff, and the sticker price was like $56K. And again, not really going to try to buy it or anything. I was curious to see what they would do, and being the end of July, they went some lengths. They made some really good efforts, and I was actually kind of pleased about that. It did get kind of hairy, where I don't know if you've bought a lot of cars where they say a lot of things to make a lot of promises, and they don't make sense. Like the numbers don't work. So that happened a little bit, but it was only after I tried to leave like 3 times. So anyway, couple things I wanted to point out. When you go to a dealership and you're looking at buying a new car, sometimes, depending on the dealership and depending on the car, where they got it from, you'll see the window sticker, which is the official manufacturer sticker that comes from the factory. It has all the included options, the things that they built the car with, and it's assigned to that dealership. It even shows when it was shipped, and all that detail is on the window sticker. And then a lot of times you'll see right next to it what they call an addendum. And what that is a lot of times a ripoff, because it's dealer installed accessories or options. Sometimes they're okay, like the rubber floor mats are usually pretty good option depending on where you live. If you have a lot of weather issues, rain, snow, whatever, rubber floor mats are amazing for that. You can certainly get them aftermarket, but sometimes it's great to have nice ones that come from the factory that are made for your car, and they might have the logo, the Mustang logo, or they might have the manufacturer's logo, and that's kind of cool. So sometimes that kind of stuff is okay. Roof racks, stuff like that. Of course, there's always aftermarket, and depending on how aggressive you are and how handy you are and willing you are to install those kind of things. So the trick though with those things is they're really high markup. Like the dealers just skyrocket those prices because they want to make profit, and you can't blame them. That's the business they're in. They want to make money. And that's what they'll do. And they'll try everything they can to make as much money as they can. And again, it's not necessarily evil or bad. That's just business. But you can always refuse those items if you don't want them. They're not permanent. They can be removed, and the dealership does not have to require you to buy those. So if it's something you don't want, something you don't feel like you need, feel like you can get cheaper elsewhere, yeah, go for it. I mean, get rid of it. And a lot of times you don't have to even worry about that extra sticker. So that's one thing I wanted to point out. The other thing, kind of all related, is dealers don't want to make money, and so there's a few things they can't change though. And that's where the window sticker comes in. That price is the price that the manufacturer set up from, and so when you go in to negotiate a vehicle, you want to negotiate off the window sticker price. Maybe, and not like an advertised price on a website or a newspaper or a TV commercial or a billboard. Negotiate based on that sticker price, and go down from there. And the nice thing about that is if you're shopping multiple dealers, which you should be, they have the exact car or something very similar, that sticker price is going to be that sticker price everywhere, nationwide. And so just be aware of that. That's something to keep aware of as a negotiating tool. Most dealers, they'll negotiate with you, even the ones that say one price. I mean, they'll probably maybe not as much negotiate, because a lot of times they pre-lower their prices, but a lot of that's BS too, because they want to make their money. So be aware of those couple things. And when you do your negotiations, the manufacturer will have rebates, and there'll be special promotions, sometimes lease cash and things like that when you do a lease. 0% interest, that's tricky too, because it's super attractive. When you see 0% interest, that makes people say, wow, that's amazing. But you have to do the math, and you might need a calculator to do it, because you have to calculate, because usually you have to pick one. You either get 0% interest or you get $5,000 off. And you have to decide, well, over my 72-month loan, is 0% interest better than $5,000 off, or is $5,000 off better? So you gotta be able to do that math. So be careful when you're doing those kind of negotiations. Again, the idea here is you want to get the vehicle for as cheap as you can. You want to get your payments and your financing as low as possible. That's your goal. The dealer's goal is to make as much money as possible off you. And another place where they want to do that is in the finance office. And another place they make a lot of money is on financing. So if you do a loan through the manufacturer, Ford Motor Credit or American Honda Finance, whatever it is, the dealership will get a portion of that interest rate, whatever they give you, throughout your loan. They'll get a bit of that, and they'll continue to profit off of you years and years, and that's why they like to push their own insurance or deals that they have with banks. If you come with your own finance sheet from your own credit union or bank, they're strapped a little bit because they won't be making money off that. So they'll try to pump you otherwise. Things like extended warranties, things like paint protection and undercoatings, other accessories that they want to, even like service packages. A lot of times they'll sell you like 3 oil changes for $100. Those kind of things, they're all high profit, and they all want you to come back in and use their services through your car ownership. And again, it's all just residual, just making money off you constantly. And that's their thing. And that's, again, it's not necessarily evil. They just want to be successful in business. And I think you would too if you were running a business. So you can't blame them for that, but you just have to be aware of it and you have to be careful. So that's really the couple things I wanted to mention. The next topic here is let's bring Wyatt in, and we'll have a quick conversation with him, and then we'll wrap it up. So let me go get Wyatt, and I'll be right back. All right, so this is Wyatt. Hi, Wyatt.
Hi.
He's sick, so his voice is a little rough. So we won't take too much of his time. He's, a teenager. He's got lots to do, and he was really chilling here for a minute, so I interrupted him. But Wyatt, I wanted to talk to you about, your car project that you're working on. So what do you got? What are you working
on? It's a 97 Honda Accord, and I got it for super cheap.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to just fix it and then make it look cool.
So what have you done so far?
I replaced the battery and alternator and got the driver's side window to work.
I understand that fixing the driver's side window also broke the passenger video.
Yeah.
Or not video.
Window.
So that kind of stuff happened, though.
Mm-hmm.
So what else is left?
Well, the whole engine leaks oil everywhere.
Yeah. We kind of knew that, right?
Yeah.
And then, you took it to a shop. They checked it out. So they said pretty much anywhere that there's fluids in the vehicle, it's leaking.
Yeah.
That's a bummer, right? But what did you learn?
I don't know. Don't buy a cheap car.
No. You learned that sometimes you put effort and money and time into things, but sometimes you got to bail out and start over, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough. So what's your other car?
98 Civic.
How's that?
It's great.
Yeah. So what do you do for a living?
I wash cars at a used car dealership.
It's right here in town.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a mile away. What do you think about that?
I love it. It's real fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what do you think you want to do with your life going forward in the future?
Well, I want to fix up cars and stuff, but I haven't really thought that far ahead.
Yeah. Okay. You got time. So what do you think about the Mustang?
It's awesome.
Yeah. What do you think about that Mustang we drove over the weekend?
Awesome.
Awesome?
Yeah.
Or awesomer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we got it.
Yeah. That was kind of annoying there after a while, wasn't it? I was talking a little bit about that. The salesperson there trying to really make a deal work, huh?
Yeah.
So, cool. What time? When is school starting pretty quick?
Yeah.
What grade are you going to be in? Big guard.
11th.
Oh, good. Good job. I didn't want to have to answer that for you. All right. Anything you want to say to the folks?
Nope.
Okay. You want to mash that like button? I know you always tease me for saying, even though I don't say that, you still tease me for it.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I hope you feel better.
Thanks.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, he's a good kid. I like him. I think I'll keep him around. Yeah, his mom likes him too. Thanks, Wyatt, and hope you guys enjoyed that quick little interview and learned a little bit about maybe what your teenager kid can get into. If that's something that they're interested, you can certainly encourage that. And there's going to be opportunities where, you could post something on Facebook or Twitter, and somebody around will maybe have just a piece of crap car around that they didn't want to do anything with, or they didn't know what to do with, and your kid can jump all over that for a lot, for a very low amount of money, low investment, and then just sit there and tinker with it and learn. And that's exactly what Wyatt's doing. He's loving that. All right, well, there's episode 4 in the books, and thank you for joining me. And please do the typical, the trendy, the popular like with that thumb icon. Subscribe and hit the little ringy bell thingy so you can get notified whenever we post a new video. And be sure to comment if you have questions about anything about this video. That'd be nice and convenient, or anything Disney related, whatever you might be interested in, and I'll try to address it in the next video. The next video, of course, we're talking next Monday, is another Disneyland video, and I'm going to talk about a question that Mary Gallup in the last video commented. I missed because I was recording it before she commented, but she was talking about doing, having some strategies and asking about rides and how to best use the systems that they have at Disneyland in particular to ride the most rides. And just as a FYI, my family and I, when we go to Disneyland, we're all about the rides. It's all about fun and adventure. We're not big on parades. Shows are okay, like Fantasmic is great. But we don't care about parades really, and we're not really into character meet and greets. Wyatt likes his 16 years old. He doesn't care about that stuff. And so we're very focused on rides, and we've learned quite a bit. So next Monday's video, episode 5, will be about doing rides and doing them the best you can and getting the most out of your visit to Disneyland. So stay tuned for that. Again, comment, like, subscribe, share. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.